Okay, y'all, I told you after I made the knitted cardigan that I would do a video on how to knit. So this is that video. I will link in the description below to the video that I used to learn. These are the knitting needles I used to make the green cardigan. So what I've done is I have a slip knot on here, and I'm just using a random yarn so I could just show you. And what I did was I practiced and made a whole bunch of little panels and dishcloth size pieces first. And let's see, what you do is you have your slip knot on your needle, it doesn't matter which one, and then you're going to slip it around your finger and skip it on, and that is 2 stitches on your needle. You slip it around your finger and slip it on. You're going to do this about 15 times for a short panel, and it's long. You'll have to play with the sizes. This is what you do. Slip it over your finger and you go in there and it locks it onto the needle. And you just practice doing that over and over and over. I've crocheted since I was about 12 or 13, and I thought knitting was the most difficult thing in the world when I started. Thought I'd never ever do it. But this is actually very fun. Now once you get the stitches on your needle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 13. Let's do 15. Okay, there's 15 stitches on. You're going to turn this needle over. Okay, and I hold it kind of like this the whole time, and then I just kind of feed it up with this finger. So I'm going to take the second needle and you're going to stick it in this first stitch, which is the first row is the trickiest. Okay, stick it in there. Then you take your long yarn, not the tail. Don't knit with the tail. I did that several times. Put it over your back needle and you pull it through here. And so when you come down with this, it's going to come through here, and then you're going to pull it off. And you do that over and over. So you're going to come in this thread. The first one is always the hardest. Okay, loop over the top and then down through that and pull it off. Your stitches are appearing over here on the second needle. You can pull it up a little bit to kind of help. Doesn't really work because you pulled it right back. You just put it over and come back through. And I know there's other people who explain this way better than I do, so I will link to one of the videos I used. I actually watched several because I was determined to learn. Once I realized it was seemingly impossible, I was like, nope, I'm going to do this. I told my family and I told myself I'll never knit so hard. And then I changed my mind. Stick your thread in there, your needle in the thread. You can pull these down to make sure they don't slip off. Pull that around. And then you come down and through there and off. And keep going. I'm going to keep going on here. Now, all I did for that cardigan was made three rectangles and sewed them at the shoulder and down the side. So this is how simple it was. I still have to concentrate on what I'm doing sometimes, but other than that, it turned out to be very simple. Stick your needle in there, wrap your thread around, come down, pull it off. That's it. But I can't even tell you how many squares I made and rectangles I made. Practice knits I did before I did that cardigan. Stick it in, pull this down so it doesn't slip off, wrap that around, and pull it through so it's right there. You go through. Got two more. The last one is actually a little bit harder than the others because you pulled it tight onto the needle because it was a slip knot and it's not exactly stretchable. It's a little bit trickier. Pull it in and bring it through. And then all your stitches are over here, and it's okay if they go onto the tube. That's even better when you're trying to not, when you put it away and you don't want to take it apart. So we're going to turn it around and do one more row together. And I'll show you how I do this. I put them up there. Sometimes you can't get them all. When I was doing that sweater, I did not get them all up here. And this first one looks a little awkward right now, but that is okay. You just pull them down like this and make sure they're all going the same direction. Okay? When you go in right here. Don't go in under here because it's going to get confusing. You go in right here under the thread, that one piece that's wrapped around here. Okay, and then you wrap around, and then you go again. And you do the same thing over and over and over. Now I know this is the knit stitch. See how much easier it has begun? It's become. This is not the first row. This is just the knit stitch. I do not know the purl stitch yet. And if you don't want to learn from a beginner, then I'm not the right person to watch. But if you want to learn how to make a basic knit stitch, then this is how you do it. And if I got a bulkier yarn, I could make a blanket on this 60-inch tube. The tube's kind of long, but I thought that's what I needed. But I could make a blanket. So you just continue to do the same process over and over again. Over and over again. And make sure it doesn't slip off, because that's happened a few times. And then you just keep going. And all you do is you repeat that over and over. And when you're done with this row, you turn it over. Make sure your tube doesn't get all tangled up in the thread. And then this one's short enough I can put it all up there. You pull all your threads down and you start again, and make sure you go in the right hole when you start, because you don't want to go into this. You want to go into here. I'm not going to show you another row. I'm just going to hope that that was enough, and if you need any more help with that, maybe I can answer your questions. If not, I will send you to some other videos to watch. And it's pretty addictive actually though once you get going. So it's very fun. And these big stitches make big lace. Like I was calling it, I was making lace. See that? It's really pretty. So I will link down to at least one video, maybe a couple, that I used to start to learn how to knit. And I hope this has been helpful. And maybe you can make some washcloths with some yarn pieces that you have left, little bitty yarn balls or whatever, and practice and learn how to knit, because it's so fun that once you get going, you don't want to stop. So thank you for watching this video, and I will put some pictures of the cardigan in the end of this so you can see it. All it is 3 rectangles done exactly like what you see now, and they're sewed together at the end. So have a wonderful day, and we'll see you on the next video, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.